what's the deal? I'm having a hard time. Every time I go grocery shopping, and look, guys, I'm going to be using this channel to be complaining about things because you know what I do on the live stream, so this is just what I'm going to be doing. Sharing a few stories here and there, and oh man, which store was it? I think I was at Wegmans, and I was waiting for the self-checkout. And you know, some of these places have the self-checkout figured out, and some of them don't. And unfortunately, there is a certain group of the population, a little bit older people, who have a little bit more problems, a little bit more trouble using the self-checkout. So majority of the time, when they go to the self-checkout, they don't even self-check out themselves because they have to get somebody to help them check everything out the whole time. So they're slowing everybody down. But you would think that they'd figure that out, right? You'd think that they would hire more cashiers because self-checkout isn't working that properly. Or majority of the population can't work on self-checkout. Look, I can use self-checkout majority of the time, but here's the problem. If they have a good system with the self-checkout, it's cool. It's great. You come in, mark your little thing, put it down, slide your card, tap your card, use cash. I don't even think we're using cash anymore, but you tap your card, you use your card, all that other good stuff. But here's the thing. It hasn't gotten any better. It's been going on since 2006, 2007, since they really started putting out all of these damn things. And you'd think that as you're doing this, there would be some type of tutorial for people. There should be an aptitude test. Maybe there should be an aptitude test for the self-checkout. Maybe if then we go through the processes and we do our best to teach people and let them know, hey, you don't have to You don't have to waste everybody's time. You can jump into with a regular cashier. You can do whatever you have to do. But the thing is, I don't think we're ever going to figure it out, guys. I don't think we're ever going to figure it out. Because Piggly Wiggly back in the day, they started, is this how it used to go? Like back in the day, you would go to a grocery store, you would order it, and then they would have it ready for you, and you go there and get it. And then Piggly Wiggly, I think, was the ones that started the original self-service grocery store where you go in and you grab the stuff off the shelves yourself. It's taken like 60, 70 years to get all the way up to this point. And now nobody wants to check out their own stuff because before, it's not like you're getting a discount for doing your own labor. You normally, back in the day, or still to these days, because majority of the places aren't all self-checkout because I don't think they figured it out yet. Just like the self-checkout in the fast food restaurants. You see all these fast food restaurants with all these, and because of the stuff that's going on right now, that's been going on for about 2.5, almost 3 years, with all of these different procedures that people have to take to protect themselves. They started doing more of the what is that called? The social distancing, but it's like self-serve at McDonald's. You go to McDonald's, you don't even talk to a person. You go to the machine, you do all the machines. I don't know how many times I've seen people in similar restaurants like usually fast food where they have the self checkout. Well, it's the self order, something like that. Those are always wrong too. Those are always horrible. They don't work right. They got horrible sensors. Doesn't make any sense. Makes things more complicated. And of course, the older people who come there and try to work this thing when the damn buttons aren't even working. I feel sorry for them because at least I have the patience to know that after I click this, I have to wait 5 seconds and then it'll work. The lag time on these damn things, and they must have computers from back in the early 2000s because I don't understand. I mean, it's just like corporate companies like Bank of America. They still use these computers from the 90s, and then you go to school, and I mean, we still had Oregon Trail whenever I was in school, and those computers were from the 80s. Those are very old computers that we were playing Oregon Trail on. Maybe they weren't from the 80s. Maybe it's early 90s, and we were just mid 90s, so it wasn't too bad. Either way, like the world is changing, and this is another big thing. This is one of the larger things that we can see just by visualizing it, just by seeing, just by paying attention. There's changes in the world. There's always changes in the world. Unfortunately, you can't stop that. It's called progress. And sometimes it's not progress. Sometimes it's just different. Sometimes things are just different than what they were. And we're always trying to improve and make things better or worse or whatever. And it gets complicated because you would think, for me, self-checkout works if everything works properly. But if I slide this stupid thing and then I set it down and then it says, that crap whenever you check it out, you put it down, and then it says, oh, we don't feel your thing. So you have to we don't feel the weight of the product that you just bought. So you have to pick it up and put it down. Still not working. Ask for help. Wait for help. They're helping an elderly person check out all their stuff. So now you have to wait. You'd think the self-checkout would have helped a lot better than what it was, but it's not. It's not. It's horrible. But what are you going to do? What can you do? What can you do? Go to places that have good self-checkout. Avoid it. You can't really avoid it. Order Instacart. There's all kinds of different things. But everything's changing. Everything's changing. It's just like changing from the horse and buggy to cars. Way less horses dead. Way less food that you had to feed. Now you have these mechanical things all over the place. And how complicated is it to change? Well, that's a bad example because those are different. Those are very different. I mean, when it comes to the self-checkout and things like it, you see it with the internet. I mean, Amazon's replaced a majority of the stuff that you get at places like Walmart anyway as it is. So that's its own self-checkout, and especially if Amazon has Fresh, where you just order your food through the app and then they just mail it to you or deliver it to you, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Craziness. There should be an aptitude test for self-checkout. But you would think that everyone would get used to it and everyone would figure it out as the years go by, and they're not. And nobody's happy about it anyway. Nobody likes to do their own labor now because you used to have a cashier bag your groceries, take the cash. No, that's really it. It's not really that big of a deal. I do like, to me, it's not that big of a deal. I'll check out my own stuff and then keep it moving. As long as nobody bothers me, don't bother me. I don't give a shit. We're good to go. Keep it moving. But these self-checkouts, man, we're going to have to figure out something. What's that going to be? I don't know. Hire more cashiers? Is that something that can work? Would that work? Does that work? Nah. It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say. My solution? Be all in for yourself, guys. Be all in for yourself. Get in there. Get ready for war. And then check it out. Check it out and see. Usually places like Wegmans are usually pretty good. Walmart, not so much. But that's Walmart. You know what you're getting when you go to these different places. So pick out your place and maybe order it online. I think there needs to be an aptitude test, though. We need to make sure that people, before they go in there, they need to do a practice self-checkout before they go into the self-checkout. And then once they show that you need passports for all kinds of things, especially nowadays, you should have a card that says you have went through the testing, you have passed the tests, and you know how to use the self-checkout. And maybe we can move that on into the McDonald's and the Wendy's and the Burger Kings and all these other places that are starting to go into the self-checkout situations themselves, because it does seem that a lot of people are starting to get tired of it and they're backing up. I mean, like this whole holiday season, I saw way less people doing the self-checkout because it seems like self-checkout's slowing them down. And if you have a cashier marking it off, doing it already, it's not much, it's not a hard decision to make. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a good one. This was a fun little video. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you leave a comment. Let me know what your opinion is. Do you think that the self-checkout is worth keeping? Or do we need to get rid of it? Do we need to improve? What can we improve on it? Anyway, guys, I love you all. I hope you all have a great day. Happy times. And always, always, always stay strong.